What's up, folks? Welcome back to Tactical Tortoise. My name is Trevi, and I'm here to talk to you today about a sneaky and surreptitious update to the Warhammer 40,000 Munitorum Field Manual. This was, to my knowledge, not really publicized in the Warhammer community very much, because it's not a huge update, but it does impact one of the newest releases for Warhammer 40k, Dark Angels. Now, with the release of the Dark Angel supplement, everyone was kind of expecting a new field manual to really change the points values of the faction, because the points values that the supplement was released with didn't look quite right. They even announced back in January that there would be a new update to the field manual coming soon, alongside the release of the Dark Angel supplement, but it took them over a month to release that update. Things were heavily nerfed or just sort of generically underpowered, but also very expensive on a points per model basis as well, especially when compared to directly comparable units in other sub-factions or even the vanilla Space Marine Codex itself. Unfortunately, for Dark Angels players, we're not really seeing any of those points values change, however, which is why this update is so unfortunate. The only change that is listed inside the manual is an upgrade to the cost of the Ravenwing Command Squad. This is because the Ravenwing Command Squad's been totally reworked and is now a leader unit in and of itself that is meant to attach to existing units rather than being a unit all on its lonesome. We also see removal of data sheets that were removed in the updated supplement. Units like the Deathwing Command Squad, for example, are no longer listed in the Munitorum Field Manual because they've been removed from the faction. Now, this leaves Dark Angels in a little bit of an interesting spot. I think myself and a lot of other members of the community were expecting to see some points cuts to units from the supplement. We've seen changes like that made in 10th edition codexes in the past, where the points included in the codex aren't correct and are then immediately changed upon release or shortly after release, and it doesn't seem like that's happening to Dark Angels. Now, that still leaves Dark Angels as one of the stronger Space Marine chapters, but only because of the existence of Azrael. Azrael, his points value did not change, but he is an incredible both force multiplier and command point generator for any Space Marine army. And Dark Angel's armies are very popular, simply taking Azrael to buff what is otherwise a generally normal variety of Space Marines using vanilla units. We do see the Ravenwing Dark Shroud see some play as well, but the other Dark Angel specific units haven't really been seeing play. Now, we haven't had updated points for them in the field manual, so we haven't seen competitive play from archetypes like the Company of Hunters or Inner Circle Task Force, but whether we do so with the points standing as they currently are, it'd be kind of questionable. We also saw units like Lionel Johnson nerfed significantly, losing his -1 to be wounded and getting some debuffs on his melee profile, which are definitely transformative changes to the unit without really any buffs, and also without any points cuts to him. So while he remains as a strong piece, I don't know if he's worth the cost of essentially a knight that you would be spending to bring him. So largely, I think that leaves Dark Angels in the sort of place that they were sitting previously, where they're a good place for vanilla Space Marine archetypes to sit because of the characters that they give you access to, but the Dark Angels flavor has kind of left the faction, since the Dark Angels unique units aren't really worth playing at their current points value. Hopefully, these points won't stay this way for too long, and in the next Munitorum update, we do see them get discounted a little bit as it stands. I don't know if units like Inner Circle Companions are going to be particularly playable, and while that is unfortunate, at least the faction still has characters like Azrael to fall back on. My heart goes out to Dark Angels fans, especially those who want to play the cool new models, but unfortunately, with their current points value, they aren't looking super duper strong. Fortunately, the Space Marine faction has such a breadth of data sheets to fall back to that there are still a lot of playable archetypes within Dark Angels specifically that don't necessarily rely on those unique units. However, I think it's obvious that everyone would like to play the unique units that they have access to. And with that, that's all I have to say about this really minor update to the field manual. Big thanks for watching all the way to the end of the video. Thanks as well to everybody who supports the channel, either over on Patreon at patreon.com/TacticalTortoise, YouTube channel members, and Twitch subscribers. All you people are amazing and I love you. Remember to keep it classy, folks, and have happy wargaming.